Stop Wearing My Clothes podcast. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Amy.
One
Podcast.
two
Sisters.
This is episode number 28, and this is our Bachelor recap of week 6. Before we get into the episode, we usually do Bachelor news. I don't have a whole lot. Do you have anything? I probably should have done more preparation, to be honest.
Well, I don't know if this is actually news because maybe people already knew this, but Hannah Ann is dating a Ramps player.
Yeah, that's like from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just announced it on the Super Bowl because I think she was like flexing, like, I'm dating from the Bachelor to a Super Bowl winner.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's news.
Yeah, that is cool. And then I just found out from a TikTok that Greg is now dating. He was on the Vile Files podcast, and they asked him like, "Oh, are you going to go on Bachelor in Paradise? Are we going to see you on the beach?" And he said no because he's dating some Parisian named like Clemence or Clement or something like that. So Greg's living his best life.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about Valentine's Day just because it was just on Monday. How was your Valentine's Day?
It was good. It was really fun.
Fun. Yeah, there's a bunch of really cute like Bachelor couple shout outs, like JoJo and Jordan posted about each other. I posted on ours the Joe and Serena just sitting on their living room couch with like wine, like a night in. So we were gonna do like a same vibe, me and Marcus, and we were so excited. We opened up this bottle of wine we've been saving because it's we're recently into wine, we like cabs that have like aged in like whiskey barrels or something like that. It kind of adds like a spice to it. And we tried this other one and it was like maple syrup, hoo-ha. Anyways, we opened that up, and then first of all, I had gotten a coupon for 20% off Postmates and like have a Valentine's Day night in. And I was like, perfect. We had to be up to a certain amount when I ordered it, and it wasn't. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'll still order it. In my head, Italian is like the romantic food, like the whole spaghetti and meatballs. So I got this shrimp scampi I'm so obsessed with. Marcus got Alfredo. We got garlic bread. We even got a cheesecake to share. It was going to be very sexual. And first of all, it took an hour and a half. And then when it said 10 minutes away, I'm like, oh, thank God. Like, I was already starving. And then all of a sudden, it jumped from 10 minutes to it's arrived. And I was like, thank the Lord. Maybe, like, my Wi-Fi is off. Maybe they were closer. So then I look outside at my door, and I don't see anything. And I look back at Marcus. I was like, no, double check. Maybe I'm, like, going crazy, and they didn't actually say they delivered it. He's like, no, they said they delivered it. I walk around my entire property. Nothing. So I'm just like, okay. And so then it lets me still contact the Postmates person. His name's Francisco. So I somehow got his phone number. He didn't answer. Then I leave a voice message. So on Valentine's Day, he got a voice message from a very angry Postmates person. I'm pretty sure he stole our food and went off to have his own romantic Italian feast because literally just 10 minutes away, he just decided not to deliver it and say it was delivered. And so we did a backup, and we just ordered Taco Bell. And we went to bed at like 8.
Wait, why did you guys get your money back at least?
So that's another thing. We were like Karens, but I was just so pissed off because I was just really excited. It was gonna be a fun night. Like I know,
yeah, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and we weren't gonna do much. We didn't get each other gifts. We just wanted to have a fun night together. And yeah, so we complained to Postmates not only about the driver and like we did not get our food, they only were refunding us the amount of the food, not the 18% tip we gave this guy who stole our food.
What the crap?
I know. So he got the money, and I told Marcus, I was like, we're going to remember this, like Valentine's Day 2022, and we're just going to look at each other and we're going to say, fuck Francisco. that was the Postmates guy. But yeah, we ended up figuring out how to get him money, but we complained to everybody. I hope I ruined his Valentine's Day because he ruined mine. So that was my Valentine's Day story. But the thing is, I'm so happy with Marcus and everything that it was still a lovely night. We had our Taco Bell. We both really like Taco Bell, and we watched Love is Blind. And it could have, if we weren't so great, could have ruined our Valentine's Day, but we're so in love that we don't need anything above Taco Bell. We are the Italian food. But yeah, that's all I got. So recap.
Yeah, first though, Joe actually made Serena pasta, like homemade bolognese sauce. Like he was cooking from like 1 p.m. until after 6.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, we don't really do the dishes, so that's not an option. We did have Trader Joe's fettuccine, but at the time, like it was already like I was already hungry when I ordered, and then waiting an hour and a half, and then spending another half hour dealing and doing all my complaints. I'm like, I'm not even lifting a finger. So then I got my cheesy gordita crunch and Fiesta potatoes. So, Bachelor recap, week 6. We start off with the 2-on-1. I'm like just so over Shayna, but okay. So Shayna. Shanae. Sorry,
You're getting Love is Blind.
I'm watching Love is Blind and Shayna's. Yeah. I would actually, if anyone actually listens to this and watches The Bachelor and either watches Love is Blind, like, just throwing this out there, would you guys be into different reality show recaps along with Bachelor? Throwing it out there. Let us know what you think. But moving on. Shanae calls Genevieve an actress, which is the funniest thing because just last week we said that Shanae deserves like Emmy and an Oscar because of her performances. It's just like so hilarious. But what I didn't like, I felt like Clayton was very accusatory. Like it wasn't like him actually asking, it was more of him accusing, but but trying to make it seem like a question when he goes up to Genevieve in front of Shanae and is like, "Are you an actress? Is all this like a lie?" Thought it was a bit aggressive.
I did too. I was trying to think about what his purpose was for that. It didn't seem like did they force him to make that question in front of her? If something would happen or what?
If anything, he could have like put her aside. So it's not like in front of Shanae. So like, what if that had gone a different way? Like Clayton totally believes Genevieve. Like that's just like embarrassing for Genevieve. Like at least don't humiliate me in front of this like fucked up person. Like if we have some business that we need to deal with, we could do it on our own. We don't need an audience.
Okay, so then he like almost makes it sound like he doesn't believe her or whatever and walks away. The whole thing really seemed like a show more than it was anything else. And maybe, I don't know, maybe he wanted Shanae to be gone anyways. The whole way that he's acted about this entire situation confuses me, and I just can't wait for the women to call because I need answers.
Yeah, the Jason Tartnick, the Caitlin Bristow's man, he tweeted and he's like, it all kind of seems staged. And here's one thing I did forget. It's kind of Bachelor news, but kind of has to do with this. Okay. So someone commented on Instagram on one of Clayton's photos saying, wear blue in the next photo if producers made you choose Shanae. The next photo, he's wearing blue shorts. And that same person comments and says, you're wearing blue. Clayton comments back. He's like, that's a very good observation.
Ooh, I like that piece of trivia or news or whatever.
I forgot about it till just now.
Okay.
So, that's something. So yeah, I think it was just a blah blah blah, and I feel like at some point he made it seem like him like getting to that point with Genevieve was like the sign he needed to know like Shanae is full of crap. But whatever, Shanae's gone. She yells "fuck Clayton." On a ship going by the Niagara Falls. It was a pretty epic 2-on-1 when it comes to the background, but
and I absolutely love that he did not say goodbye. Love that.
it was he was just like, "Bye, Felicia."
Yeah, it's like, I've had to put up with you for too long. Adios. Like, really, and Genevieve was a trooper. The way that like Shanae tried to come at her, asking her questions, acting like whatever. She's like, I'm not even going to participate in this, and it was good.
I 100% agree. She's not worth Genevieve's time.
And then I love when he walks into the group date and he's like, I heard some singing in the elevator.
The girl's reaction was the best part. Did you see, Gabby with the 2 bottles of champagne to, like, trying
Yeah.
to drink both? It was cute, it was actually really sweet just how much it actually it's all fun and games, like, they're excited, but, like, it actually meant something to 2 of them. Like, Serene, like, started just instantly crying. And I'm
Mhm.
just like, "Oh, poor Serene." I really like her.
Yeah.
I feel like she could be a bachelorette too. I don't know, I'm feeling her. Yeah, it was a big celebratory woohoo. The Shanae chapter is over, and then they were all kind of hunky dory saying the rest of this season's gonna be a breeze.
Dun, dun,
Fa-
dun.
Famous last words. All right. So what else do we got?
I feel like he is just so into Rachel. And it's almost like he wants, like, I feel like he's almost telling her she's the one.
I don't know. I almost thought they said I love you, but in a non way of saying you have no idea how I feel. It's like you have no idea how I feel, and she's like, "Really, you too?" And he's like, "Yeah," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "What are you insinuating?" Oh yeah, I mean they were basically horizontal at the rose ceremony. There's lots of sexual chemistry there. I say that every week, but it's just
I
more
know
than anyone else.
I need some more, like, real conversations in
Yeah, and it's prob
general.
sex sells though. It's probably
Yeah,
not.
I know, it's just the editing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I don't know. Do we? Mara is a very big part of this. Is that who you were saying? Is because okay, spoiler word. So sorry, I didn't watch this episode till my lunch break today, and Amy had watched it last night when it was live, and so I was trying to come up with content for our TikTok, but I'm like, oh crap, I didn't actually watch it. She said something about a new villain, so I did something like that on TikTok. But I'm not so sure. Like, were you talking about Mara as the
No,
villain, or were you talking about Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah's a snake in the fucking grass.
Mhm. I'm not sure, but obviously the way it was edited really makes it seem that way, number 1. And then also, this is something else. So now, in the last, for the rest of the season, like, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
And it's Clayton saying, like, "Were you messing with me the whole time?" Maybe that's to Sarah.
I think it is. And I think she's top 3, and she's the one who leaves, and then it leaves Gabby and Rachel as top 2. I'm calling that as my prediction. Gabby
Hmm.
and Rachel are top 2, Sarah's top 3. Serene is 4th.
And then Susie is 5 then? Because Susie, you can't
Yeah, and
leave
then
her
Teddy
out.
maybe after that. I don't know. It's getting crazy. But yeah, okay. So I'm glad that you agree with that because I was a little worried that we put that on TikTok on something with my face that I don't agree with. So,
Mm-mm. No,
um
Mara, like, I think she was just being honest. I don't think that I mean, probably a little part of her and Sarah have seemed like they've had some beef a little bit. So maybe it's partly that. And it does sound like what Mara said, she really said, but Mara kind of twisted it to make it sound a little different. So Mara was saying that Sarah said, like, "Oh, this is so crazy and wild. I can't even imagine myself being engaged in 2 weeks," which to me is a pretty, like, normal thing to say, kind of.
yeah. It's kind of out of context. You have to see that context.
Yeah, which really, who knows? We really don't know because we didn't see it said. But I think that Mara's just like the older one, and she maybe sees that she's a little bit immature and just wanted to point that out to Clayton to just pay attention. And I think it maybe got twisted into this big lie that really, I don't know. I mean, really, she shouldn't have spent her time talking about anybody but them, anyways. They don't even really have a relationship. So it
Yeah.
was kind of like taking someone down with her almost. I don't know.
Yeah, like I just don't understand first of all why she's still even there. And I just don't enjoy her Mara's energy.
Uh uh.
And she just had like a full on meltdown. She has this kind of she's older, so but she like has this like elitist like
She's like
on her
overcompensating.
on her high horse. Like I'm the only one who can get married because I'm old. Blah blah blah. Well, if you're really a catch, shouldn't you have already had someone by now? Um, no, that's terrible. But I don't know. I just don't like her. I don't think she's a villain. I think she was being honest and just saying how she felt. But it's still like a little okay. She really wanted the one on one. Sarah got the first one-on-one, like, that's her second of the season before other people get it, which is pretty fucked up, I think. I don't
Yeah.
understand when they do that. It's, like, annoying. If I would have been like if I was Mara, I'd be like, "Why am I even here?" So I get her reaction, I just really hated her dress.
Yeah.
It
Same.
reminded me of a quinceañera or, like, a really bad, like, middle school, like, dance or I don't know, I just don't like it.
Yeah. I truly don't understand why she's there, and even, like, because of her attitude, like, she doesn't even know if Clayton's her person. It's not like she's so in love with him and
Mhm.
she doesn't even know, and at this point, if you don't know, these other girls know, so you should probably just leave.
Yeah, she's gonna go home at the next rose ceremony we see next week.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So we have got the first one-on-one, right? Oh yeah, because we had a rose ceremony before the first one-on-one, and
Mhm.
Hunter and who else goes? Marlene go home, which I was kind of bummed about Hunter because I don't. I've actually recently started watching some of her TikToks. She's really funny. Recommend.
I like Marlene too. I liked her energy and her, like, confidence, but also, like, nice, like, kindness. I don't know. I really
Yeah.
liked her too,
I think we both knew that they weren't front runners, but they were.
Mhm.
I think we could see both of them on Bachelor in Paradise.
For sure, and I would enjoy them.
Yeah. And then we finally get to really travel because last week was a cop out with fucking Toronto. So they go to Croatia, which is so cool. I'm really excited that they're traveling again. This show.
It adds a definitely another element to the show that I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so pretty there. I wanna go. I've never been.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah.
I know. I really need to start traveling again. Just once things maybe calm down a little bit. Oh, I had something to say on the first one-on-one because Teddy finally gets a one-on-one. She was the, first impression rose, and I really think he waited for, like, the best location for her. And I think it
Hmm,
was, like, he didn't want it to just be any one-on-one.
okay, I like that. I also find it very interesting because I know that you remember her saying she was a virgin, like, on the first episode or something. I
I
feel like if
forgot.
I know, me too. I was like, "What is she gonna say?" I have no idea. And I feel like that's something just interesting just to talk about for a second. If it was a guy, they would not quit talking about it, I feel like. Or maybe it's just a season. I don't know what it is, but I feel like every other time there's a virgin, you hear about it like the entire season.
Well,
I guess there's just so much other stuff going on.
it was a consistent storyline in every single show she was on.
Okay,
And
yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
it might have been, like, just a season thing where it just didn't really fit into the drama really of what was happening.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so, I mean, she dropped the virgin bomb, and he seemed to take it really I really liked how he said, like, because she said she's never been in love before, so he's like, "What do you think love is?" And she says, like, the feeling of, like, being safe, and a lot of the girls have said this about Clayton, and I liked how he was like, "Yeah, like, I that's what I strive for people who are around me, to feel physically safe, emotionally safe." I don't know, I just liked how he differentiated, like, the different types of safe and kind of all-encompassing. I thought that was kind of a sweet Clayton moment.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I also think that I like that he wasn't really concerned about her being a virgin, but he was not concerned, but he wanted to further question the love thing because that is kind of a big thing to be getting engaged at the end of this and never have been in love before. I feel like that would be,
Sure. I
I don't
mean,
know, like,
happened for me. Did it happen for you too? I mean, obviously, we're not
no,
on a Bachelor, but
but I'm just saying timing wise.
yeah.
I feel like, because yes, that happened for me too, but at the same time, I didn't have to get engaged in 3 weeks. Like, I feel like,
No, nope.
I don't know.
Could
You
not
just
do
it's
that.
different. Yeah, you definitely couldn't. I guess I
You
could have,
probably could
but
have. But I don't know. I think he was a little excited about the virgin thing. Guys
I
love
know
that.
I could be the first and for her to
I
experience
know.
love and other things.
He full on had a chub. Uh, all right. All right. And then the bomb hits that when they get the group date card that Sarah is going to be, we kind of touched on this, is going to be the first person who gets a one-on-one again for, like, who has, okay, Mara obviously hasn't, but then even that one really pretty girl that I always forget
I know,
her
is
name,
it's not
is
Izzy, but it's like
Izia, something
yeah,
like
something
that.
like that.
Her, someone else has it, right? Or is it just those two?
I think it might just be those 2.
That's just so rude.
I know
I'm
I hate it when they do
sorry.
that. They've done this before multiple times, I feel like, and I
Unless
don't understand.
unless there's a very specific reason, to me, if I was Mara or Izalia or whatever her name is, I'd be like, actions speak louder than words. I am trash to you. Goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you wanna stay so bad because you've invested all this time. You're like, "Well, what if we have a moment? What if next week? What one more week," you know? But, like, okay, you haven't had a one-on-one and it's hometowns? What?
Yeah, like what Mara could be doing is like she knows this is her last hurrah, so she wants to make her name for herself on TV. I probably do that. If I already know, like, okay, you're not my person, but I really need. I mean, it's the world. Social media is the world. Social media is opportunity right now, and if I could get an opportunity, if I'm not gonna find love like I wanted, I might as well get some fucking followers or get something. If you have enough media, you can apply for your verification check on Instagram.
Yeah, I feel like that's the biggest thing that's changed about The Bachelor and Bachelorette. It's like, it makes it like, are you here for the right reasons actually, like, more of a
It's
thing.
harder and harder, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But we've said this before in like when the whole Bachelor in Paradise scandal with Piper and Brendan, and Nick Viall says it a lot. You It doesn't need to be an either or. You could be there for the right reasons, also knowing that there's a lot of good that comes with it.
Oh, yeah,
So,
for
I
sure.
mean, as long as you aren't lying or pretending you're liking someone, as long as you're just genuine and honest, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with just acknowledging, like, this could be really an opportunity that changes my life, and I'm going to make the most of it.
Yeah, and wanting to fall in love because, of course, that's still what you want, but if that doesn't happen for you, you still can take something else from it, from the experience,
Totally.
for sure. So then after that, we, like, had the group date, and they were little warrior
It was
ladies.
a bit of a weird one.
I
The
know.
food. Serene shocked me.
I, fast forwarded it because I'm having some nauseous issues, so I could not watch it.
Should I Okay,
Mm.
I just wanted to you could go like this if you want, but, like, when she took that raw fish, turned him upside down so all the liquid from inside his mouth would go into her mouth and squeezing it, I didn't understand. That seemed unnecessary. Like, Serene was getting at it. She was shoving these things in her mouth. And I always know, like, whether it's a challenge or survivor, I know that's like the one thing that I could not overcome. I can't
Never.
do the gross, like, pig's feet, like, um but one thing actually, while we're talking about this, we could cut it out if it's too topical or whatever. Um, but, like, I think it's this interesting thing going on that at least obviously, I'm a white woman who, I have only my experience. Um, but how people are now standing up when shows like this do the kind of, "Oh, gross food you have to eat for a challenge for money," or something like that. And it's actual cultural food that different cultures eat and is normal food for them, and we're almost, like, putting it in this motion of, like, "Oh, the most worst disgusting things you could eat," and how at least on Bachelor in Paradise, for example, they did the first date with Riley and Marissa. Katie Thurston actually posted something about it and saying, Bachelor really needs to stop doing this. That um, there might be a better way to explain it, but I think we're going to see a lot less of that in TV because it's just kind of um, no painting a bad light on cultures that just because maybe a cheeseburger is gross to other cultures, but it's what we eat. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
um,
like, putting us on top
yeah.
when we don't need to
So,
be.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's interesting. No, I'm glad you shared that because had never thought of it that way, so that's
I
interesting.
haven't either, and right when I said that, I'm like, "Oh, I'm such a white person. Of course I didn't think of that." And so, like, I wanna share if there's other people who didn't kind of get that they can really think of that and other things similar of how we could be
Mhm.
better and allies. Woohoo.
Woohoo.
Okay. Moving on. So Serene won because of the fish juice. And she didn't really get much. I think she got, like, a little extra time with them, but they all ended up going back,
Yeah, they got a good makeout sesh.
yeah, by a castle, but sure, why
Mhm.
not? We got the first falling for you on this group date,
Rachel.
Rachel. But
Mhm.
then I'm gonna jump ahead, but we can go back.
Mhm.
Um, then Susie also says it later in the episode. This is what I noticed. I typed it. He says that he's the happiest he's been in this whole process after Susie says it.
I know. I
Interesting. Could be
know.
editing, but
Mhm.
took note of that. Okay, we can move on or stay in that same realm of thing.
But I think it was also, can I go off that just for a second? I think it was also because he was expecting something so bad
Probably.
that it was just like, because once he saw it was her, she was like, "Yeah!" Like, he was pumped.
Yeah.
He was, like, really overly pumped. She's probably like, "What the heck, dude?"
we
But also, go ahead.
we probably should say now if we're just gonna talk about it. So what ends up happening a little bit later in the episode is he gets a date card. And it says, "Meet me at the clock tower." And he's, walking, and sometimes that can be good, bad, and then he sees Susie and she says she's falling for him. Just
Yeah,
backstory.
yeah. I think that's all I had really to
Oh,
say about
okay.
that. But I just I like them together a lot.
I like
And
them
I think
too.
I think that was a good move on her part because she was feeling like, okay, I'm kind of losing it. I'm kind of missing out on these opportunities, and with someone else getting a second one-on-one, and she had the first one-on-one, so that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm going to take this into my own hands, and I think that he like loved that.
Yeah, I like it when they do that, like, respectively or respectfully. Like, Shanae, who's like, "Oh, I deserve to be here," when we're crashing a group day, or like someone sneaking into the hotel room in past seasons. But I just think the way she did that, it was just a very spontaneous, cute thing you would do in a real relationship. Um,
Mhm.
and I really liked it. I think they would just be like the poster, like Barbie and Ken, like
Mhm.
vibe, and they would have like 4 kids, picket fence, light blue drawer, all that. One thing I kind of noticed because I did a TikTok, and then I think I also talked about it on here for Gabby's one-on-one last week. It's her
Mhm.
gorgeous CB2. Is CB2, that's houseware, isn't it? CBG, CB. I don't care anymore. But that green kind of satin corset dress that Gabby
Mhm.
wears on her dinner, on her one-on-one, Genevieve wore it to the group date dinner. Took a video too, I'm gonna do a
Oh.
TikTok on it. She's wearing I saw kind of what happens even, like, in Too Hot to Handle, if you watch that or anything like that, if you notice, they all the girls share clothes. So you'll see the
Oh,
same,
that's
like,
cool.
bikinis or something on different ones, and I normally don't see that on The Bachelor, but, the only reason I know is I was so fixated on that outfit last week that I'm just like,
Mhm.
I rewinded, I'm like, "Wait," and then I took proof, so I'll show you.
So, something funny, I bet she borrowed it, but what if she just had actually bought the same dress?
That is also a possibility. Yeah, because
Mhm.
I know that particular I don't know why I can't think of the brand, but that particular brand does a lot of, like, bachelor styling.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I think the only thing we really have left is after that was the Sarah one-on-one, unless there's something else to say about the group date, which I don't really think there
I
is.
don't have anything else either.
Yeah, I've just that Mara then kind of threw Sarah under the bus and was just saying people weren't there for the right reasons, but that's about it.
Yep, and then Sarah was convincing, I thought, like, that she really is there for the right reasons and everything, but when I saw that sneak peek.
Yes, very, very convincing. So I don't really know if that happened and it kind of just was like, okay, like she kind of flipped a switch or something like that. Like that experience just made her like get so angry that then she just kind of goes evil. But it also, the one thing that she did say that didn't seem to ring true was she was like, I never boast about a relationship.
I
But
noticed that.
it seemed like the other girls were, well, at least Mara was saying that that's actually exactly what she does, that she acts extremely confident and kind of puts it in people's faces.
Yeah, and it seems in the sneak peek, other girls speak to that as well, including like Rachel. One thing I actually do have in my notes that I skipped, but since we're on the topic, and this is before any of the Mara and Sarah drama happened. It was at the rose ceremony at the beginning of the episode. I caught a quote of Sarah that kind of left me uneasy, which is kind of interesting because I feel like it's maybe foreshadowing. She says, "Feels so good to not be a loser." whenever there's, like, language like loser, winner, I always get a
Mhm.
little side-eyed.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Only time will tell, man. And then yeah, we had the bachelor night on a Valentine's Day. Oh, I have a funny story. I'll ask Max's permission. I don't think he'll even. I'll probably not listen to this. But Max texted me last night was Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah.
Oh, texted me Valentine's Day, and so I had given him my password for Hulu Live to watch The Bachelor in real time, so that he could do the when he did the recap with us a couple weeks ago. And he texted me, he's like, "Hey, I'll never ask again, but is there any way I just watched the 5th episode of Bachelor and I'm really bored. Can I watch your Bachelor week 6 on Hulu on your Hulu tonight?" And I just like was picturing Max at home alone on Valentine's Day binge watching them. And it just kind
I
of
say
it made me
I say
giggle.
that's a reason I say that's a reason to find him, ladies,
Dude,
because
I'm telling
I
you.
wanna I want a guy that watches The Bachelor on his own and has opinions about it,
I
yes.
know. No, it's not me making fun of it. It gave me a little giggle.
Yeah, that is funny. That's cute.
Yeah. All right, so that's all we got. Please make sure to always contact us, tell us your thoughts, email us at stopwearingmyclothes podcast at gmail, DM us on any of our socials. We've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Pinterest. Our favorite's TikTok. We put so much on there. We have so much extra content. If you enjoy watching these episodes, I highly recommend you follow us there. We have a lot of fun and have all things Bachelor and fun viral TikToks about all of your favorites from Bachelor Nation.
So this week we have a relationship advice question episode. So we are gonna no topic, we're just gonna have a free for all.
Yep. Shoot the shit. I never said that, but it kind of sounded right. And then we have our next Bachelor recap next Wednesday.
Okie dokie. Have a wonderful rest of your week.
Bye.
Bye.